Door? Inviting. I doubt that's the original lettering. I can see mounts for 2 more letters. Yep, the M definitely used to belong. A cast iron M. I don't have one of them in my collection. Goa? I doubt that's the original. Chuck the thing away. I'll get rid of the other weapon, too. That's that job done. An empty plastic bottle. That is a mighty fine and certainly valuable. Wrong again. Maybe the correct password has something to do with this building. Morgue. That was the correct password. So let's see what we can do with the PC. That looks interesting. Unlock.exe. I'll run it. 1 for cellar door. No, don't think so. 2 for storeroom. Storeroom? Yeah, I'll go for that. That came from the direction of the cupboard. Something clicked. Aha! It was a kind of remote-controlled locking device. This appears to be Phil's treasure vault. A list of sums of money. The library taught, 200 pounds. The foreign woman, 500 pounds. The Yank, 100 pounds, 2,500 pounds, 300 pounds. I think Yank must refer to me. What's that all about? Some kind of bounty? Is that why Phil locked me up? To get money? There's an M and a tick after each sum of money. Betamax video cassettes. Strange format. What does it say here? Are they Ralph's vacation videos? Before he went crazy? But why were they hidden away? And what's this? James, August to October 1979. And older and more recent dates. I can't figure it out. I'll just take the Ralph cassette with me. I want to know what's on it. There's a Betamax recorder plugged in here. So let's see what's on the video cassette. What's that? Ralph sitting there, tied to a chair. That's here in the cellar. What are they? Oh, it's a torture video. I don't need to see anymore. I really don't want to know what's on the other videos. Now, I'll have to ask Murray a few questions. Pile of junk, if ever I need anything like that. There's a dent in the hood.
Mr. Michaels, have you had a pleasant day?
Mr. Michaels? Why aren't you calling me Mr. Fire Fiend? I know you like calling me that. I also know you're having me watched. That you set a perverted gun nut onto me who has a whole load of corpses in his cellar?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Michaels. Are you not feeling well? You seem a little tense.
You will be too, very soon. Unfortunately, I found a letter that proves everything. Written in your hand, you'll be sitting pretty in the slammer very soon if I take this to the police.
Very well, Mr. Michaels. As you will have already ascertained from this letter, I am in possession of some photos that are extremely damaging for you. Do you want to know what they show?
What could they show? I'm totally innocent.
You, Mr. Michaels, are on them. you can be seen running from the burning castle. Had you not put on record that you were nowhere near the castle on the day of the fire? What would the judge have to say to that? And just imagine, I could even pop brave hotelier convicts arsonist. I've got you where I want you, Mr. Michael.
You won't get away with it. I'll press charges against you for blackmail.
Of course you will. A pathetic lunatic from America comes to England. Wake up! You're up to your neck in it. Do what I tell you, and you'll stay alive at least.
We'll see who's gonna stay alive, you cretin! Ah!
God, oh, that burns. I wanted to kill him. I really wanted to kill him. And I had no scruples whatsoever. There was something liberating about it. Oh, what's wrong with me? This can't be me. First these visions, and now it's becoming real. The medication. I should take it more regularly. Okay, calm down. Now isn't the time to lose your nerve. Murray antagonized me, and yeah, that could easily flip me out. It's perfectly normal. Nothing unusual. It can happen to anyone. And it happens in the best of... Jeez, no. This happens a heck of a lot in my family. It's the goddamn curse. These damn pills don't help either. Or do they? Ugh. I just don't know what to do anymore. Maybe Victoria could help me. She knows all about our family and this, but she doesn't believe me. But can you blame her? No. I'm starting to have doubts about it. Okay, slowly now. What should I do? If the guy goes to the police now, I've had it. These photos. I must find and destroy the photos. Then he won't have anything more on me. One problem less. I bet that thing infringes several personal rights. I bet that thing I bet he's got the photos somewhere in his office. Probably from the time of the sanatorium, filled with nasty, poisonous stuff. Let's see. No, even worse. The thing's full of tins of skin cream. Active Lift Super. Either an ancient brand or a fake. Boxes and boxes full of plastic knives and murderer dolls. 1,000 tips to success, customers as a means to an end. Huh. The wall has 3 niches. There's a big steel cabinet in the middle one, and the other 2 are bookshelves. Huh. Murray himself in oil. A real businessman. Wow, that's a really ugly carpet. A large steel locker. If Murray has some... No chance. This thing's locked and made of solid steel. It's also screwed... Murray's baby. In oil. Murray's hotelier certificate. If that's authentic, then I really am Darren. Murray's hotelier. Murray's plans for the future. I'd go for a Gordon theme park, a wild water slide with hundreds of plastic soul keys. I wonder if Murray... I can't believe that Murray keeps the key for the locker here. What have we got here? This is a user manual for the steel locker. Interesting. If you have forgotten your combination, the serial number is stamped on the rear panel. Write it down and telephone the following number: 01473/serial number plus the last 2 digits of your year of birth. An automated information desk will then tell you your combination. That's what I call service. Now I just need Murray's date of birth and the serial number. No chance. This thing's locked and made of solid steel. It's 3.5 meters from the corner to the place where the steel locker stands. Murray's date of birth will probably... There it is. 1942. Huh. He's quite... Murray was born in 1942. Apparently, I can find it on the back of the lock. If I've got it right in my mind, the steel locker... I'll remove the wallpaper. A brick wall. Looks very old and the mortar's crumbling. Right here, on the other side of the wall, is the steel lock. I can use this to scratch out the mortar from between the bricks. That should do it. That's the back wall of this, and here's the serial number. 8528-173. All right then, let's see if it works.
Destination is 4 right, 8 left, 15 right, 16 left, 23 right, 42 left.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. Ta-da! Various photos of different people. Denise and Spooner doing... Ugh. Oh, and here's one of Matt taking a leak on the police station. Is that why he was in the slammer? I'll get rid of all this. There's something else in the envelope. Bingo! Reliable photographic evidence. And it doesn't prove my caught in the act of arson. I gotta show this to Victoria right away. It'll convince her of my... And Murray was just bluffing. There she is again. The white lady from the shack. What? Oh, she's coming closer. Whoa, she's floating like a ghost. What if she is one? Keep calm, Darren. At least it would be better than one of those hellhounds. A friendly ghost is actually fine, particularly when it's so beautiful. Or so sad. Should I follow her? And into the realm of the dead, or what? Oh, whatever. I've still got a whole packet of Halo Paradox with me. If the whole thing gets a bit too crazy for me, I'll take it. Where's she gone? The gate is open for me? Huh, I hope the ghost is some kind of angel. This isn't the gate to hell. Huh. The scaffolding is just asking to be climbed on. But unfortunately, I can't see any open windows. Anyway, it would be impossible to climb on a climb. You can hardly see any signs of the fire on the west wing. It almost seems... Whatever's being mixed in here, it can't be... I hope the construction guys know what they're doing. There are people in the hall. Construction guys, I guess. I'd better go another way, otherwise Sister Antolini is... It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. It's certainly decorative. A bit small for having a barbecue, but there's the garden for that. I wonder if there was Why do I constantly have the feeling that a big monkey is sitting up there throwing barrels at me? To say it's dilapidated would be a serious understatement. There's even more garbage lying around here. There used to be fireworks in here. I might be able to lure the construction guys out of the house for a moment with a firework like this. But these ones here are unusable. It's certainly decorative. It looks even older than the castle. Here, it goes down a few meters, and then the fitting description would be... Oh look, a wheelbarrow, used to transport drunken workers. Judging by the state of this door, it'll create a level of noise. It's an iron sealing truss. Hopefully, they're supporting the unsound. There's a candle. If I don't have a flashlight... No crockery left in here. The kitchen looks like a real mess. Lewis, there's nothing left to eat here. The most I could hope for. Don't step on a creaky floorboard. Damn, it'd be impossible to sneak past them unnoticed. I have to distract them somehow. Pretty tall, this greenhouse. It's more like an orangery, where lemon trees are housed over. If I remember correctly, Victoria... Not exactly what you'd expect from a castle garden. Looks like Lewis hadn't taken his job seriously for quite some time. The ladder is too short to reach the first floor. I should look for another way. It's certainly decorative. Huge skull above the door. Makes you feel right at home. I can't get the ammunition out with the scalpel, so something like a pair of pliers would be good. I could fill the roll with the gunpowder from the ammo. Just gotta open the cartridges first. Murray's collection of blackmail. And here, a page from the Willow Creek Daily from last year. What did he save that for? Perhaps because of the article about the robbery in an old people's home in Ipswich. Valuable objects, cash, and passports were stolen. Well, perhaps Murray was interested in the article about Spooner's trial. It says here that a young cop from London will replace the well-loved Inspector. Conrad Spooner led the investigation in a case which didn't exactly cover the London Police Service in glory. Is Spooner just the scapegoat, or did he really do a bad job? I guess he really doesn't like them either. Murray's collection of plaques. Angelina doing her favorite things. Murder, and that photo won't help me much with the police, but perhaps I can use it to convince Victoria. The gate's open. That is a mighty fine and certainly valuable one. If I remember correctly, it would seem she doesn't want to. The shop's already closed. I don't want to disturb her from doing nothing any longer. In any I don't want to be.
You can't live in more place for nothing all year.
Damn, I think Tom's coming. Just in time. They almost saw me. As long as Tom and Matt are in the village square, I better. The museum is already closed. it'll stay locked for now. The car seems to be working again. The car seems to be working. There's a dent in the hood. A pile of junk. Old radios, if ever I need anything like that. No.
You Yankee tosser! I'll have you! You better get out of here! While you just you wait!
No, I'd rather go there. I don't think trudging through the swamp in the night is a good idea. I bet that thing infringes several personal rights. That doesn't seem to bother Murray at all. Toolbox. It wasn't there yesterday. Is Murray doing not too well organized? Pliers. Otherwise, just screws, nails, and fuses. I can use the pliers to get the slug out of the cartridge. That way I'll make the thing harmless and get a charge of gunpowder at the same time. I'll fill the cardboard tube with the gunpowder. Just a shame that it always trickles out of the ends. The wax is too hard to seal the roll with. Click. Let there be light. I can seal the cardboard roll with the wax, so the gunpowder doesn't trickle out. I'm not a smoker, and I want to stay that way. Now the gunpowder will stay inside. Just needs a fuse on, and I've got myself a firework. I'll stick the cigarette in one end of the cardboard roll. If you light the cigarette, it'll burn down and make the gunpowder explode. So now I've built my own firework. They won't hear the bang from back here. Anyway. I'm not sure. What if they look for what made the noise? It's too risky just to lure the workers into the kitchen. That should make a serious bang. pane of glass is missing. A pane of glass? The lamp is the perfect place to set off my firework. It's dry, and the construction guys are sure to notice a broken lamp. Okay, I've got about 2 minutes until this explodes. So, it's time. After all, I want to be in the front row when the show begins.
Whoa! What was that?
Sounded like a gunshot.
Damn, why aren't they going out?
Might have been a firework. I saw one of them spotty kids messing around on the wall again recently.
Have you seen what they've done to our scaffolding?
No. I've been on the facade since last week.
They've covered it in paint. Go and have a look. It's like a hippie ladder.
Little sods. Why are they hanging around here not in school? What's that about?
Steve, I've got an idea.
What kind of idea, Greg?
Why don't we stick their fireworks up their spotty buns and fly under the moon?
Yeah, why not?
Blast. I hope they don't actually catch up with those poor kids. Could turn ugly. Damn.
What's all that noise? Greg, Steve, was that you? Hey, Greg, Steve, what the heck is going on here?
She's disappearing into the hall. Now full speed to Victoria. Victoria? Please wake up, Victoria.
What? Who? Adrian? What are you doing here? I told you, I don't want to see you again.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to you. I can prove I'm innocent. You can see Angelina here on this photo, Victoria, killing Miss Valley. Here, look at it.
Angelina? But why? I don't understand.
Angelina also gave the order to set the castle on fire. And she killed Sally, Catherine, and Lewis. All just because of Mordred's curse. She needed my blood, because only male Gordons are capable of activating Mordred's power. You knew about that, Victoria. Please don't tell me you didn't know.
But she was my little Angelina.
I was hoping you could tell me that. There's that order that followed me.
Miss Valley's order? A bunch of bunglers. They wanted to prevent something like what happened 12 years ago from happening again. But they've got no idea what they're fighting against. Most of them see it as an amusing diversion from their Miss Valley was the only one who really knew what it was about. The original order, as it keeps the secrets hidden. However, we supported Miss Valley financially. It was, after all, in our interest that you...
I see. I saw something strange there, and I don't know who else I could ask about it. This white lady, exactly the one in this painting, or very similar, I don't know. Either way, I saw her in the woods. She was running around like a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost.
White lady in the woods? Are you sure?
So it really was a ghost. Oh my god, I really am going crazy.
No. Calm down, Adrian. Everything's fine. Perhaps tell me more about the lady. What did she look like? What did she have on?
I didn't see her all that well. She had long white hair, she had a long dress on with a belt, some kind of coat of arms on it.
The woman you saw is Maria Gordon, Mordred's wife. She can find no peace, not for centuries. She wanders the woods of Black Mirror because she set her child in Mordred's. I've seen her too.
You've seen her too? Then she really does exist.
We're in Black Mirror Castle, Adrian. Which reality are you talking about?
What happened to the child?
All right, what I'm about to tell you has never left these walls. And it would be good if it stayed that way. It's perhaps the oldest of our family stories, and also the most dreadful. You want to know what happened to the child? That's what Maria asks herself to this day. All we know is that Mordred took it away because he thought it wasn't his biological child. He thought Maria cheated on him with his brother, Marcus, and wanted to make her pay for that. What he did to the child remains a mystery until today. It was never seen again.
So Mordred's wife was unfaithful, and because of that he cursed everyone?
No, Maria wasn't unfaithful to Mordred. It was his hate that made him think something like that. Hate and jealousy towards his brother, even though the two of them fought many battles together, side by side. But that was before they came to Black Mirror. Something here changed Mordred, contaminated his heart. He mistrusted everyone. His soldiers. Finally, he looked at his own child and didn't recognize it. He wanted to kill it, but no one knows if he did. One thing's for sure. He snatched it from Maria and took it into the catacombs under the castle. In her desperation, Maria called for Marcus, begged him for help. For Mordred, this was further evidence to support his suspicion. Marcus came, challenged Mordred to a duel, but he didn't find the child, no matter how he searched.
What kind of curse is it?
Before Mordred died, he put a curse on Marcus's male descendants. They were to complete his work. One day a Gordon devoted to evil would be born, who would bring Mordred back to the realm of the living.
And Angelina wanted to have his power. But why, if only the male Gordons were cursed?
Because you're twins, the curse must have somehow got mixed up.
How's that?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you any more, Adrian. It's just...
What?
Adrian, we've no time to lose. You're the last Gordon of the Marcus lineage. The castle should belong to you. Give me some paper and a pen. There, in the drawer. I must confirm your true identity. Otherwise, no one will know that you're the lawful heir. Hurry. I can feel my strength waning, Adrian. My life's coming to an end.
No, Victoria, please. I need you. I won't know what to do without you.
Without me, you might not have been in this position. We were very thorough when it came to you. He even had you a death certificate drawn up.
Let me guess. Dr. Herman did that.
We made a mistake. Forgive me, Adrian.
It's all right. You only wanted to protect me. But it might have been better if I'd known what it was about. Then I might not have walked into Angelina's trap. What can you tell me about the ritual chamber?
I've never been there myself. But apparently Mordred's power is strongest there. That place is not of this world. It's in the Shade World.
I think me and Angelina, we heard Mordred when we were there.
What exactly happened in the ritual chamber?
Well, I completed all of the tasks. Spilled my blood on the relief.
And did you speak the words?
I think so.
Oh God, Adrian. Then the ritual is complete. You've laid open the way for Mordred.
What do you mean? Am I cursed now?
Worse, Adrian. Worse. Mordred's spirit is now in you. Adrian, in you. Oh my God, Adrian, what have you done?
Mordred is inside me? Oh, hell, that's exactly what I feared.
Stay calm. Let's stay calm and think. How do you feel? Is anything different?
Yes, there are these visions. They feel quite real. They're sick, violent, but maybe they aren't anymore. I wanted to go for Murray's throat earlier. That definitely wasn't a vision.
When did you see the White Lady last?
Just now, in front of the castle.
Then you haven't yet done evil. Your heart is still pure. You're strong, Adrian. You've managed to resist, and you must continue to do so. Resist Mordred for as long as you can. He will get stronger and stronger, and you will get weaker. He wants to control you. At some point, he will take control of you.
How can I prevent Mordred from controlling me?
There are only two ways to banish him. Mordred's vessel must be destroyed. You know what I mean by that.
I guess you mean the Samuel variety? A little jump from the tower, directly onto a pointy iron fence. Sounds tempting.
It's certainly the easier option.
Really? What would the difficult one be then?
You have to go back to where everything began.
To the ritual chamber? But it's buried.
Where everything began.
But do you mean where Mordred uttered the curse?
It's all written in the book.
In which book?
I'm so tired, Adrian. I can't go on.
No, please don't close your eyes now, Victoria. Stay awake, please. Just tell me what book you're talking about. A chronicle or the Bible?
The book. Please read it. In the room.
Which room?
Under the ground. The 6 menhirs will point you to the entrance.
Which menhirs?
The path begins there. The path you have to follow to the end. To the very end.
Do you mean the big stones around the castle?
Start there. Search at the menhirs. Adrian, promise me.
Yes, I'll do it.
Promise me.
Yes, I promise. Victoria, please wait. There's so much you have to tell me. Victoria.
What are you doing here? How did you...
She's dying. Do something. Quick!
Leave now.
Lady Victoria Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer. Dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and troubled times. So faith, hope, and love abide, these three, said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the greatest of these is love. Now, as we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind. Amen. Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You are Lady Victoria's only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian. And say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
My condolences, Adrian.
Thanks, Doc.
How are you?
Well, this is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
See you then, Adrian.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave. You'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned-down castle that I'm duty-bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I could no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms. Maybe Ralph is in his shack. Ralph?
He isn't here.
It's me, Darren. I rescued you from the cellar. I once gave you a flute by the ruin. Do you remember?
Yes, Darren. But I broke it. I didn't mean to.
Tell me, Ralph, have you ever come across the White Lady?
I know lots of white ladies and men. They've got overalls on. They have needles and knives. They stab with them. They're evil.
And here in the woods, are there white ladies here too?
One, yes. She runs around here looking for someone. But she won't find Mr. Bubby. I hide him.
How you doing, Ralph?
Mr. Bubby has lost an eye.
How long were you locked in the cellar?
100 years.
I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit.
Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. In fact,
Instructions. To do with the restoration? I don't know.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first.
So why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Gordons, but it would be nice to know if the good lady...
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you.
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room and the prison cell, if not that much brighter. I think the mailman's been here. I'll have a look. A letter and the newspaper. A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in. The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers. Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case. What the? A picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the... Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. A massive block... Amazing. The new tiles look as old. The upper floor is a heap of rubble. Why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and... Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griff. The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door. The globe is metal. It's a roll of damp-proof sheeting. The craftsman should really cover the floor with it. So I guess that's no big deal while the place is looking like it is. I'll leave it here. If I do need... For some reason, I'm wary of dogs. Books about horses, horse breeding, hunting dogs. The Gordon's Hub. I'll put in a computer here. All of the books here have Latin titles. Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. I'd love to have a little bit of... As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the... In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. In the corner... Shakespeare dramas. This will be the shelf for my comic collection. The Encyclopedia Britannica, and at least Bibles and religious texts. Some of the editions look... Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for. There's probably a minibar hidden in there, but... What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. Bills, bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup. The clock has stopped, probably during the last century. Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked... Maria, the mother of... The plinth is probably marble. The plinth is probably marble. Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The sculpture probably originates from that period. Horse breeding was once... The entire hall is one big construction site. The left wing of the castle is... The door is closed. Boxes full of stuff. I guess no one would have missed it if it'd been burned. There are some paint buckets drying up here. Who knows if these walls... A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons. A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons. A stack of old pictures. Looks like they were rescued from the fire. A lot of them have caught smoke damage. A stack of old pictures. Oh look, green ghost lamps. Very... This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. White lady. Hey, what's going on here? The blood is gone. But there's a black mark just where I touched the picture. Or was it there already? No, I'd better not handle it again. This is the monitoring equipment and medication Victoria used. Shouldn't Miss Antolini have taken these away with her? Or is someone else from the diocese coming to collect them? Looks like I'll have to take care of it. A plush stool. Like lots of things in this room, it's red. There's only one other door in the passage. Strange, none of the keys fit. The door is locked. I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked. I assume that there's wine stored in these barrels, but as old as everything here is, could be vinegar by now. These are pipe clips, like metal cable. Quick setting foam, industrial quality. Particularly suited to damp areas. The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere. A stepladder. Like you'd use to change a light bulb. Or to hang yourself. There's cleaning stuff. Great, an extension cable. The bucket is half full of a white salt. Probably from the bucket is half full. Ugh, it's as gloomy here as... I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden her money. The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. This is in dire need of a... Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. That's Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Adrian. What's up? Have you sorted out the finances?
No, not yet.
You know where you can find me.
Why are the books all spread around the floor of the library?
You'll have to ask Miss Antolini about that. She'd often pick up a book. Didn't have much to do by the looks of it.
The medical equipment in Victoria's room, is it gonna be...
I suppose so. I bet they aren't cheap.
Where's this Miss Antolini got to?
What do I know? Probably back in the convent. Ask the priest. They both...
And you were asked to renovate the castle by her?
Correct. Headhunters. We were working for old Murray.
Okay, and where did she get
From
the
Lady Victoria.
How come Miss Antolini organized the construction guys and managed all this restoration? It's a mystery to me anyway, how they managed their money. There's only... Wait a minute. Maybe she only had part of it in the bank. Old people like to keep their money at home. But don't old castles have treasure vaults too? A pile of gold and gems down in the dungeons, usually with a fire-breathing dragon as its guard.
Hey, what's up?
What? I...
Well, I hope something comes of it. I got one.
That
that one room on the upper corridor?
Miss Antolini's room? Yep, she always locked it.
How come I, as Lord of the Manor, don't have a key for it?
She probably took it with her.
Can you open
Why?
the door?
The room has already been completely renovated.
And if she doesn't?
I could always...
Thanks a lot. You haven't happened to find a treasure?
Would we still be here?
Forget I asked. Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Why?
Simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguished. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls...
And the water just runs out of the
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them.
Oh, right. Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, you have.
I own a castle, don't I?
Of course. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility.
I'm sorting it out.
£6,000 is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on it. An empty envelope. The last Valentina.
Hello, Father.
Adrian, welcome to my church.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse, what do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican.
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's...
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about... Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's a huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now, too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church, and always gave everything back that he got from it. Wormhill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
I'll leave him in peace for now. I'll leave him in peace for now. The door is locked. This is Victoria's jewelry. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented My telephone. My telephone.
Dr. Jones's chambers.
Hello, Dr. Jones? Adrian Gordon here.
Wow, Mr. Gordon. What's the score?
About the bail.
Ah, I wanted to call you about that. Sorry, it slipped my mind. A certain Charles Murray from Willow Creek has deposited the bail with the court. Do you know this man?
Only too well.
Is he a friend of yours? That's good. Very good, in fact. The more so, that always goes down well with the judge. People with friends and advocates. Terrific. Keep it up.
Yeah. Dr. Jones, you know much about English inheritance law?
Well, yeah, about as much as a boxer knows about synchronized swimming.
So, not at all.
And that's making a favorable comparison. Are you having problems regarding the inheritance? I could ask around for you.
Don't worry. Goodbye, Dr. Jones.
Seconds away.
Huh. Why should the cellar light in black? Ugh, it's as gloomy here as in... I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden it. No, I really don't feel it. I'll leave Ralph in peace. Hello? No one there. The pane of glass is loose. That was once a window and a door. You can still see the ceiling. I'll leave him in peace for now. This is Sally's grave. The confession box? Hello, Father.
Adrian.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
That was once a window and a door. You can still...
Mm-hmm.